Have you ever questioned what horrors lurk in the shadows of your car at night? Cars, our safe havens, can transform into eerie stages of terror, veiling unspeakable dread within their metallic confines. Join us as we unravel an eerie tale of terror that took place within the confines of a car. Our story begins with a mundane car journey that quickly takes a sinister turn. Picture our protagonist embarking on a typical nocturnal drive, expecting nothing more than the hum of the engine and the rhythm of the road beneath the wheels. The city, with its comforting lights and familiar sounds, recedes into the distance, gradually replaced by a dense, impenetrable darkness. The car's headlights slice through the night, the only source of illumination for miles around, creating a stark contrast between the known and the unknown. The once bustling streets give way to desolate country roads, the isolation becoming more and more palpable with each passing mile. The chirping of crickets and the rustling of leaves are the only sounds punctuating the silence, adding to the eerie atmosphere. As the last vestiges of civilization fade away in the rearview mirror, a feeling of unease begins to creep in. As our protagonist drives deeper into the night, they realize they are not alone. A chilling sensation sweeps over them, as if icy fingers are tracing down their spine. The once familiar interior of the car now feels foreign, tainted by an invisible presence. The steering wheel seems to twitch under their hands, like a living entity straining against their grip. The radio, previously silent, springs to life with an eerie static that seems to echo the rhythm of their pounding heart. The rearview mirror reflects only darkness, but a feeling of being watched from the shadows niggles at the edges of their consciousness. An unexplainable coldness seeps into the car, turning their breath into frosty plumes. The dashboard lights flicker intermittently, casting a ghastly glow on their fear-stricken face. Suddenly, a soft rustling sound seems to emanate from the back seat, as if something is shifting its position. Their heart hammers in their chest, a silent drumbeat of terror as they struggle to keep their focus on the winding road ahead. It's not the darkness outside that scares them. It's the unseen menace inside the car. The air seems to thicken with each passing second, growing heavy with a sense of dread that's almost palpable. An invisible passenger has made itself known, its presence looming like a specter in the confines of the car. With every passing mile, the presence grows stronger, driving our protagonist to the brink of terror. In the chilling silence of the night, the protagonist's worst nightmares come to life. A cold, primal fear takes hold, its icy tendrils reaching into the very core of their being. They are not alone. The unseen passenger, a spectral entity born of the darkest corners of the imagination, reveals itself in whispers and shadows. It's a battle of wills now, a desperate dance between mortal fear and the uncanny. The protagonist's heart pounds like a drum, keeping a rhythm of dread. The air grows colder, the darkness deepens, and the entity, this unseen horror, feeds off their terror, growing stronger, bolder. But this is not a tale of surrender. This is a story of resilience in the face of the unknown. Our protagonist, driven by a surge of adrenaline, fights back. Their voice fills the small confines of the car, a defiant challenge to the unseen terror. They refuse to be a victim, refuse to let the nightmare consume them. It's a struggle, a brutal tug of war with fear itself. In the end, it's a question of survival, a test of one's mettle in the face of the monstrous. The car, once a symbol of freedom, has transformed into an arena of horror. In the face of terror, the protagonist's courage is put to the ultimate test. As dawn breaks, the horrifying truth is revealed. Our protagonist, whose heart throbbed with fear through the night, is met with a reality that chills the blood in their veins. The unseen entity, the phantom passenger, was not a figment of their imagination, nor a trick played by the dark. It was a specter, a remnant of a tragedy that took place long ago in this very car. A chilling realization washes over our protagonist. The horrifying sounds, the icy touches, even the cold dread that filled the car were cries for help from a soul trapped in perpetual torment. The unseen entity was not a monster, but a victim yearning for release. In a world that often dismisses fear as mere fancy, our protagonist has learned a terrifying truth. Ghosts are real, they exist, and their stories are etched in the fabric of reality, waiting to be heard. In the harsh light of day, the protagonist is left to grapple with the reality of their night of terror.